Well, hello everybody, and welcome to All Trade Bait All the Time Pre-Independence Day beer review and huge box O cardboard baseball cards crazy surprise gift. All right, from Brad's blog. So we're going to check that out in a minute. But first up, today's beer that we're giving a review on. Today, from Bootlegger's Brewery out of Fullerton, California. Fullerton, where I did my university studies, brings us International Relations. An IPA, an international pale ale. All right, usually they're India pale ales, but international pale ale. So we're going to try this out. The side of the can here tells us that this beer brings us hops from around the world, making it truly an international IPA. Let's check this baby out. I'll let you know what the alcohol is in a second. Let's pour. I smell it. Really flavorful, big smell right from the opening pour. And our ABV comes in at 6.5. So not a big one. 6.5 ABV. We're not drinking this to get a big punch of alcohol. It's all about a nice, flavorful drink. Let's try it. It's a warm summer day outside, which is another reason I chose this IPA. It's very smooth. There is some hop flavor up front, but it's subdued and not one of those big powerful IPAs that just hits you over the head with a huge punch of hoppiness. The finish is equally smooth and lingering. Citrus, grapefruit, the sour kind of citrus as opposed to sweet. Maybe like a tangy tangerine grapefruit mix going on there. That hangs around the upper roof of the mouth, and everything in the middle is just a very smooth, velvety feel on the rest of the tongue. So this is a good beer. How about that can, huh? International Relations. It's got and Kim Hung Hyun Il. Can't even remember his name. But those two guys. So International Relations, Bootleggers Brewery out of Fullerton. Bravo Fullerton. The OC bringing some good beer. Tangy grapefruit still hanging around the back of the mouth, but in a very nice way. If you like that grapefruit flavor, it's in a very nice way. Definitely smooth on the taste. All right, let's get to opening this giant box of cards and see what we have here. This comes from Brad's blog. It's a complete surprise to me. I had no idea that this was coming, but Brad has been sending some big boxes out to folks, and looks like I'm just lucky enough to have got one. Look who popped out. It's a brewer. Why? Well, we drink beer here, so why shouldn't a brewer be the first card that pops out? It's Tom Trebelhorn. It's a manager. Boo. But it's Independence Day, so we'll appreciate everybody, won't we? Holy cow. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. This is like you dream, all baseball card collectors dream, that they're just going to open a big old box and it's going to look like this. Look at this. It's full from top to bottom. This is great. And of course, something very wonderful that I see right off the top. Bobby Welch, LA Dodgers. I'm happy to see a Dodger on top. Bob Welch, one of my heroes, a World Series hero. If you don't remember, Bobby Welch had a huge strikeout in the World Series. He had a huge duel against Mr. October, Reggie Jackson from the New York Yankees. And Bob Welch was a rookie. And Tommy Lasorda brought him in to get a big out. And he struck out Reggie Jackson. Huge, very big, full of drama. Look it up on YouTube. You can see that strikeout. Bob Welch versus Reggie Jackson World Series. Look that up on YouTube after you finish this video on YouTube. But Bobby Welch, bravo. He'll forever be a World Series Dodgers hero to me. And also, rest in peace. Bobby Welch also gets credit for beating the alcohol demons, at least for a short time anyway. He defeated the alcohol demons, so there you go. Another reason for him to be a hero. Look at this, is crazy. Here's Jerry Royce from the same year. It looks like I'm going to be, well, it looks like we've got plenty of Dodgers in here. Not only do we have Dodger heroes, we have Dodger duds. How about Anderson? What the heck was his first name? Dave Anderson. Boy, look at wearing number 10. He used to play third base and just completely blot up that number 10 after Ron Say. Dave Anderson was the master of the foot sweep of dirt in front of third base. He would stand there, and the best thing that he ever did was sweep his cleat back and forth in front of him at third base and just mix up the dirt. That's what he could do. Who else have we got in here? Look at, here's Mark Portugal. Dodgers are playing the Pirates this week, so here's some Pirates history. Boo, of course, to get a box this big, you're going to get some guys that you want to boo. So Boo, look at this. This is crazy. Here, from the same year, Mike Scioscia. Now, I'm a Dodgers team set collector for the year in Topps. So I'm very happy to get a lot of these guys showing up from this year, because it looks like whatever gaps I had are probably going to be filled in, and I may well have another. Team set. Let's see what else is going on here. Look at this. Of course, with 100 million cards, I can't show you every single one, but while I speak, let's see what we can pull out. A fantastic shot of a catcher in full catcher's gear coming out. Who is this? Hoyles? Chris Hoyles? Yep, Chris Hoyles. Look at that beautiful shot of the Tools of Ignorance taking the field. So there's a great shot there. Who have we got? Some more Orioles. So looks like, Cliff, I got a whole bunch of trade bait that I'm going to be sending your way as well. And of course, everybody else that I trade with. It looks like I've got a whole lot of fodder here to send your way and share the wealth. All right. Heroes, Tony Gwynn. Quick Tony Gwynn story. So I went to FanFest when the Angels had the All-Star game out there at Angel Stadium, which, by the way, in case you don't know, they don't know, it ain't in LA, it's in Anaheim. So for me to go to FanFest, I had to drive to Anaheim. All right. Anyways, I'm there. Who's at FanFest but Tony Gwynn? So he saw, he walked right by me when I was kicking back, drinking a soda, soft drink or something, coffee, and he went right by the food court where I was, and I got a nice handshake. He was in a hurry. He's walking with whatever posse it was that was taking him out, because a few minutes before, now that I remember, I saw Tony Gwynn doing like a clinic, a hitting clinic for the young kids. So giving his time to the kids at Fan Fest, and then after that, he's walking with a group of folks in a hurry out the door of the convention center to whatever his next engagement was, or dinner, or whatever it was, about to live his life. But Mr. Tony Gwynn, Mr. Class, took time out of his day when I said hello to him to stop and shake my hand. So thanks a lot, Tony Gwynn. Unfortunately, another baseball. Rest in peace. They're all up there in the big dugout in the sky, waiting for us all to come up and join them one day, right? Okay, here's some Pittsburgh Pirates. Looks like I got a whole bunch of Topps Stadium Club here. Look at this. Look at this. It just goes on and on and on. These are all the same year, all the same set. This is fantastic. This is very cool. I'm going to be sitting and going through this for hours. Boy, this is great. Let's see. I'm just going to dig in the bottom. Holy cow. You know what? They were just loose on top. But when you reach under all the loose ones on top that are loose here, when you reach under these loose ones, down under here are just bricks, stacked up bricks of baseball cards from the bottom of the box to the top. Just the top ones got all out of order as they were shipped around and whatnot. So look, more of that Topps Stadium Club. I mean, for all I know, I've got the whole set. And a beautiful thing about this is that these cards are all, not all, what I've seen so far, right? These cards seem to hail from the 90s, which is when I started getting into baseball card collecting. A lot of collectors out there, they were collecting when they were kids, but really not me. Actually, when I was a kid, I collected hot rod cards. They used to have like these crazy monsters driving hot rods with huge engines that stuck out of the hood, and the monsters would have stick shifts way up here. Those are great. I love those cards, but not baseball cards. I started getting into it in the 90s. Hey, look at this. WrestleMania. All right, this is cool. Speaking of old days, who's here on this WrestleMania? Somebody's getting a big stomp, a big flying kick. Who is this? Ultimate Warrior and Ravishing Rick Rude. Okay, these guys are a little bit past the time that I was paying attention to wrestling, but I know this guy, and I think you do too, right? Hulkamania and the Macho Man. Okay, now see, these are guys that were wrestling when I was into it. I'm going to have to get into looking at more of these WrestleMania cards. I went to the Olympic Auditorium, the old Olympic Auditorium out in downtown LA. It's gone now. It's just a memory. Too bad, because it was such a great place. But I went to see WWF with my friends, and we saw Hulk Hogan. We saw the Macho Man. We saw Rowdy Roddy Piper. We cheered for Sergeant Slaughter to beat the Iron Sheik. We saw Superfly Snuka. All of the stars at that time. What a great time it was. And listen, if anybody tries to tell you about how wrestling is fake, yeah, you know, they do work out who's going to win, and they do work out what the soap operas are. But let me tell you, those guys are real athletes, and they are really flying around the ring. And it's quite exciting to see those guys on the top ropes flying. They sell the punches, they sell the kicks. It sure does look real when you're there. And when you're with a whole crowd of people that are all into it just as much as you, oh, it's fantastic. It's such a great time. So what I'm going to do here is, oh, look at this. Look at who popped out. This is great. Look at this. Who knows? Bo knows, baby. Bo Jackson. This box is just going to be chock full of all kinds of surprises. But I'm not going to go through 1.5 million cards with you here today, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to see all 1.5 million. So what I'm going to do is go through these We have a holiday coming up and some free time, and I'm going to check these wonderful cards out, and I'm going to get right back to you with some highlights out of this great big surprise box from Brad's blog. Thank you very much, Brad. International Relations from Bootleggers Brewing out in Fullerton. Also a very nice beer, a really pleasant hot day summer beer. Smooth IPA, just the right amount of hoppiness. I like it. It's got a nice tang, and if you enjoy that grapefruit kind of citrus in your beer, that's the ticket right there. International Relations. Thanks for joining me. Happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July, everybody out there. Happy America. Peace.